So in today's class, we have in previous class we completed till packets and streams. So now
Okay.
we'll start extending your network, right?
Okay.
Okay. So in extending your network, our first topic is introduction to port forwarding. So port forwarding is a technique which is used in networking to redirect incoming network traffic from one IP address and port number combination to another IP address. Okay. So basically, it allows external devices or we can say networks to communicate with specific services or applications which are running on a local network. So here it is written like port forwarding is an essential component in connecting applications and services to the internet. Without port forwarding, applications and services such as web servers are only available through devices within the same direct network. So if we want to connect our applications and services to internet, we need to follow the port forwarding technique, and this is used to basically redirect incoming network traffic to another IP address. So like how the basically this port forwarding works. So like every devices which are connected to a network has an IP address, and like these there are two types of addresses like private IP address and public IP address. So private IP address are used within our local network, and public IP address are assigned by the internet service provider. So like with the help of these two network IP addresses, we communicate with each other on the internet. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So now when you have understood about the IP address, so in the port forwarding, the second step is we have to identify the local address. So for that, like we have to determine the local IP address of the device first of all, in which you want to enable the port forwarding. Okay. And like this IP address is typically assigned by the local router, and this can be found on the network setting. Okay.
Okay.
Then, when you want to access the router's configuration tab, you have to open a web browser and then enter the IP address of your router in the address bar. And this IP address is often printed on the router itself, or you can just find it in the documentation which are like provided by the manufacturers, right? So then you just open the web browser and then you enter the IP address of the router, and then you will need to enter the router's administrative username and password to access the configuration. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Then the next step is like locating the port forwarding settings. So here the location of the port forwarding settings they vary depending on the router's manufacturer and model. So you just look for there in the website. You just look for port forwarding or virtual servers, or we can say NAT. Okay, then you just open that. Then once you find the appropriate setting, you just need to create a new forwarding rule. So you just create according to your requirements, like which port you want to block, or what protocol you want to use, or which IP address you want to use, and what port number on the local device you want to forward, right? So after that, after you define the port forwarding rule, then save the configuration setting in your router, and then this changes will affect in the external port. So now your like port forwarding settings has been successfully completed over the router. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So here it is given like take the network below as an example. Within this network, the server with an IP address, this is a server, IP address is this, and port number is 80. So only the two computers on this network will be able to access it, like this computer and this computer. This is known as intranet, where only specific systems are able to access the network. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Then, if the administrator wanted the website to be accessible to public, which is people can use it through internet, then they would have implement port forwarding. So to make this server accessible to public, like first of all, it was only accessible to private networks, and if you want to make it accessible to public, there comes the like method port forwarding. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So with this design network tool, okay, so this is the network which we have now created with the help of port forwarding. So this is now able to access the web server running on the network one. So in this way, the port forwarding works like in the private network, we create a public network. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So now we will just move into the question like, what is the name of the device that is used to configure port forwarding?
Router.
Yeah. So it is router. And we will just move into the next topic, firewalls. So, like firewalls are an essential component of network security, which helps to protect computer systems and networks from unauthorized access, right? So
Okay.
basically, they act as a barrier between the trusted internal networks and untrusted network internals. Basically, they allow and block the packets. Okay. Yeah. So an administrator can configure a firewall to permit or deny traffic from entering or exiting a network based on numerous factors. So the factors which are like where the traffic is coming from. If the traffic is coming from a malicious website, so here the firewall will block it. And where is the traffic going to? So according to its like a destination, it will allow or deny the network. And then what port is the traffic for? So like if it has been for the malicious port, so like it will be blocked. And what protocol is the traffic using? So we can say like UDP, TCP, or both. So in these factors, the firewall allows or blocks the packet to enter or exit the network. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So like uh, firewalls are in both medium hardware and software. So we'll see what are the categories of firewall. So first of all, I will just tell you the types of firewall. So there are like 4 to 5 main firewalls. So first one is like packet filtering firewall. So basically, these firewalls uh, they examine the individual packet and then they decide whether to like allow or block the packet. So in that, they basically check the IP address and the port number. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And the second type of firewall is proxy firewall, which is also known as the gateway firewall. So this firewall works same as the packet filtering firewall, but in addition, it also checks the data, which means the content of the packet. Okay. If it contains any of the malicious words or like yeah words, so they basically block that. Okay.
Okay.
And the next firewall is like a stateful inspection firewall. So basically, stateful inspection firewalls, they keep the like track of the state of network connections, and then they use this information to make decisions about allowing or blocking them. So basically, stateful inspection firewall, they maintain a table. Like for example, if a user want to access a network or they basically send a message. So first of all, in that message, there it will be contained like SYN packet, then SYNAC packet, and then the data and destination port and like destination IP address. Sorry, source IP address and destination IP, source IP and source port. Okay, so then it is like allowed to pass through the stateful inspection firewall. Then the stateful inspection firewall maintains all the information stable. Okay, it writes all the table information and then it pass it to the receiver. And then receiver, what it does, like he basically adds the acknowledgement packet to that message and he then sends back that packet to the user. Okay, so in this way, stateful inspection firewall basically works. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. So here it is. The last one is given about stateless firewall. So like state okay, so stateless firewall basically are also known as this like static firewall. Basically, they like examine each individual packet. Okay, they examine each individual packet, and in the stateful firewall, it basically it inspects the entire connection. Okay, the main difference is that only. Like it stateful basically examines the entire connection, and stateless only examines the individual packet. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. So Like in stateless firewall, it filters packets based on the some static rules which are defined by the network administrator as the source and destination IP address and port number. Whereas the stateful inspection firewall checks all the details about the packet like source and destination IP address, then port number, sequence number, and flags. Okay, so this
So
was the
one
main.
doesn't see the like packet information, another it sees all the things.
Yeah, like stateful firewall, it checks all the like information. Okay, everything
Okay.
like data also it will check IP address, port number, everything. And in stateless, it only checks like IP address and port number. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. So we'll move into the questions like what. Okay, so it was yeah. So what layers of the OSI model do firewalls operate at? So this question is from our previous session, like where we learned the OSI model, right?
Okay.
So at
Um,
which layer the OSI model do firewall operates?
I think network layer
Yeah, one is
and
network layer and second one.
I think transport
Yeah.
or
So yeah, it is transport only because there when the packets are transferred in the transport layer, so there comes the work of firewall. They basically checks first of all like what the content is or something, and then they allows it. Okay, so it will be layer 4 and layer 5.
okay, layer 4.
What's the mistake? Let's see. Layer 5. Um, network layer is layer 4 only, right?
Physical data transport. Yeah, for layer 4.
I think it
I
will be
think
third and fourth, right?
3 and 4.
Yeah, it is 3 and 4. Yeah. So the second question is, what category of firewall inspects the entire connection?
What category for inspects the interconnection? I think stateful.
Yeah, it is stateful. And for the individual packets,
Individual is stateless.
yeah, it is stateless. Okay, great. So now move into the practical part. So like we have to deploy the static site attached to this task. You must correctly configure the firewall to prevent the device from overloading loading to receive the flag. So here it is written like the website at 203.0.11.0.1 is under attack. So this one is under attack. So we have to quickly add some firewall rules to stop the server from crashing. So packets in the red are from the attacker's machine. So we have to just start simulation. So we have to like block this red color packets, right?
Okay.
So what we will do like from 192, it is coming like from this IP address. So we will just select this IP address and the destination is this one, 110, this one, right?
Okay.
And port number we will keep it 80. Okay. The port number will be 80 and we have to now drop this packet. So we will just add the rule. So let's see whether it blocks or not. So here you can see it is blocking this packet, right?
It's port 80.
Yeah, because it is following the like TCP protocol for transferring the packets.
Okay.
Yeah. So now, this is the flag, right?
Okay.
Okay, so we'll just attach here. Yeah. Now the VPN basics we will see. So what does basically VPN mean? So virtual private network is a technology that allows you to create a secure and encrypted communication over a public network. Okay, such as in the internet, we it allows us to create a private network. Okay,
Okay.
So it enables users to access and transmit data securely between their devices and a private network on the internet. So even when like connected to the public network, we can communicate through the private network with the help of VPN. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So we will see some of the benefits of like using VPN. So like one of the best benefits of using VPN is like a VPN can be used to access private or restricted networks securely. Okay, like remote workers, for example, they can connect to their organization network using a VPN, which allows them to access internal resource and file. Okay,
Okay.
and then VPN also provides privacy. So VPN helps to protect your privacy by like masking your IP address. Here, the IP address is basically masked. Okay, and your location is also masked. Yeah. So when you connect to a VPN server, your internet traffic appears to originate from the server's location. Like when you use the VPN, your IP address is hidden and it shows up some different location. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And next one is yeah, like it offers anonymity. So basically, when your IP address will be hidden, so the hackers or any of the organization they will not be able to like guess your original identity, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So Dragonby uses a VPN to connect you to our vulnerable machines without making. Okay. So now we'll just see what are the technologies of VPN. So the first one is PPP. So this is basically point to point protocol. Okay. So this is the most older VPN protocol that is relatively simple to set up, and this is widely like okay, sorry. PPTP is a point to point tunneling, and this is similar to like PPP is similar to PPTP. Okay. The only difference is like this triple P is allowed for authentication and this provides encryption for data. And this allows the data from like PPP to travel and leave a network. Okay.
Sorry. Couldn't-
Like this the 3P basically this allows the users for authentication and this provides encryption of the data. Okay.
Okay.
And this triple P, this encapsulates the network. Like it covers the network. Okay.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah. So the only difference is like a triple P authenticates and encrypts the data, and a double PTP is basically used for encapsulation. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And IPsec, this is like Internet Protocol Security. Yeah. So this basically encrypts data using the existing IP framework. So this basically encrypts data using the already existing IP framework. Okay. So there are like two frameworks of IPsec. One is like authentication header, and another one is like encapsulation uh, header. Something it is like that only. Okay. So IPsec basically encrypts data using some predefined IP framework. So the predefined IP framework are authentication header and encapsulation header. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll just move into the question. So what VPN technology only encrypts and provides authentication of data?
PPP.
Yeah, it's PVP. And what VPN technology use the IP framework?
IPsec.
Okay, yeah.
What's the difference between PPP and IPsec, except from encryption?
What you said?
Difference between PPP and IPsec, except from encryption.
Okay, like a difference between IPsec and PPP basically are like PPP only in IPsec basically it uses as I told you like it uses authentication header and encapsulation header. Okay,
Okay.
and this PPP is used to achieve and like remote users. it helps for remote logging purposes. This PPP.
Okay.
Yeah, and okay, yeah. And then the LAN networking devices. So first one is router. So like router is a networking device that connects multiple devices within a local network. Okay. And then it forwards data packets between those devices and the other network. Okay. Basically, router is used to connect two different networks. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And it acts as a central hub, like directing network traffic and enabling communication between different devices. So here it is written like routing is the label given to the process of data traveling across networks. So this is the process. And routing involves creating a path between networks so that this data can be successfully delivered. And routers basically operate at the layer 3 of the OSI model, which is the network layer. And like they often feature an interactive network interface such as website or console that allows an administrator to configure various rules. Like with the help of port forwarding, they provide some of the rules. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So now routers are dedicated devices and do not perform the same functions as switches. So we can see that computers A, like this is the computer A, is connected to the network of computer B. Okay, by routers in the middle. So computer A and computer B are connected, like they are situated in at different networks. So they both are connected with the help of router. Okay.
Okay.
So now the question arises like which path it will take to transfer the data, like as there are four routers. Okay. So it will prefer the shortest path and the which is the most reliable one, and the path which has the faster medium. So faster for the faster medium, the materials used are like copper or fiber. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So and the next device is switch. So a switch is a networking device that basically connects multiple devices within our network. Okay, within our network.
Okay.
The difference between switch and router is like a router basically connects two different networks, and switch basically connects different devices into a single network. Okay,
Okay.
and this switch operates at both layer 2 and layer 3 of the OSI model, that is a data link layer and network layer. So here, for example, a layer 2 switch in the diagram given below, these switches will forward frames onto the connected devices using their MAC address. So these switches are solely responsible for sending frames to the correct devices. So the work of switch is that when the data comes from the router, like if the data is like sent to meant to be received by this computer. So what the as you know the switch is not such a intelligent device. Okay, right? Sorry, hub is not an intelligent device. So what the switch will do, like when the data is received from the router, he will like the switch will access the MAC address of all devices, and it will send according to the targeted MAC address. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's take a look at the diagram below of the layer 3 switch in the action. We can see there are two IP address. So this is the one IP address and this is the one IP address. Okay. So now there comes the a term known as VLAN. So a VLAN is like virtual local area network. This is a method of like logically dividing a single physical network. Like in this, we can say the router. So you just imagine like this whole is a single network. Okay. So what does VLAN do is like basically VLAN virtually it splits up the network. Like
Okay.
in virtualization, you have heard about like the two in single device only there are two OS running, right? So in that manner only, the here the VLAN works like it divides a single network into like it splits up into two networks. Okay, so that there is more security and like broadcast is like stopped. Okay, like if this router wants to send this a message hello to all these devices, or we can say this only this blue area devices. So with the help of VLAN, it basically separates these devices and these devices. So now if the router wants to communicate with these devices, when he sends the hello message will not be received by these three devices, right? So the
Okay.
basically VLAN splits up a single network. So this enhances the security of the network, okay, by separating sensitive devices or network segments. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. So what is the verb for the action that a router does?
Routing.
Yeah, it is routing. And what are the two different layers of switches? Separate. Okay. So in which layer does this switch works?
3 and 2.
Yeah, layer 2 and 3. Okay. So now the practical was just okay. So what's the question? Like we have to deploy the static site attached to this task and experiment with the network simulator. So this is the network simulator. Okay. Uh, there is a Cisco packet. Yeah, packet sniffer. Sorry, there is a tool, right? Cisco packet sniffer or stimulator, something is that. Okay. So basically, that Cisco packet basically works in this manner only. We will see how it works. Okay. Like the simulator will break down every step a packet needs to take to get from a point A to B. So, like try sending a TCP packet from computer A to computer 3. So we have to send a TCP packet from computer 1 and computer 3 to reveal a flag. So we have to send from computer 1 to computer 3, right?
Okay.
And we have to send the TCP packet. So this is the TCP and what is the message? We'll just write here hello and we'll just send the packet. So let's see, we'll just get the flag or not. Yeah, so we have learned about the TCP handshake, right? Where the
Okay.
request response and all the SYN packet were like going on. So same method is here working. Like first of all, the SYN packet is sent, then SYNAC packet is sent, the acknowledgement packet. Okay, when communicating to two devices. Okay, so
Okay.
here's the flag. And how many handshake entries are there in the network log. So we'll just view how many handshake was like done. So like first one is like starting TCP handshake between computer 1 and computer 3. So this is the first handshake, like this is where this communication is being started. Okay. Then here,
Which one?
this is the first handshake, like TCP. First of all, it like starts the communication between computer 1 and computer 2. Oh, sorry, 3. Okay.
Okay.
And then the SYN packet is sent from computer 1 to computer 3. Okay.
Okay.
And then this is the handshake. So computer 3 then receives the SYN packet sent from computer 1. Then then the computer 3 sends the SYNAC packet to computer 1. Okay.
Okay.
And then when the computer 1 receives the SYNAC packet, it sends the acknowledgement packet to computer 3. And when a computer receives the acknowledgement packet from computer 1, then here the handshake has been completed and communication has been also over. Okay. So
Okay.
we saw like 4 handshake, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll just click. It is not 4. Actually, it is 5. Okay. Okay. So our extending your network is also completed, and we'll just move into the further topics. So now our topic is how the website or web works. We will see in detail. So first of all, DNS. So DNS basically stands for domain name system, right? The main
Okay.
work of DNS is to translate like human readable domain names such as www.google.com into machine learning IP address. Okay. So basically converting domain name into IP address. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So DNS plays a crucial role in facilitating communication on the internet by mapping domain names to their corresponding IP address. Okay,
Okay.
so like we'll see, an IP address looks like the following. So this is okay, and four sets of digits ranging from 0 to 255. And when you want to visit a website, it's not exactly convenient to remember this complicated set of numbers. So remembering these numbers of every website is very much complicated, right? So therefore, DNS here helps us to remember these IP address, or we can say like easy so that we can easily access the website. So therefore, instead of remembering this IP address, we can just remember the domain names, right? So here the first question is like, what does DNS stands for?
Domain uh, name system.
Yeah, and next is domain hierarchy. So the DNS domain hierarchy is a hierarchical structure. This is the hierarchical structure, right? So this is used to organize and manage the domain names within the DNS. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the root domain name, then this is the top level domain names, and this is the second level domain names. So we will see what are the like root domain, then top level domain, and then the second level domain. Okay. So first of all, the root domain. So at the top of the hierarchy is this the top root domain, which is represented by the dot. Okay.
Okay.
And it does not have a name, but this serves as a starting point, but sorry, starting point for the entire DNS system. Okay. Like
Oh,
uh, www. This is the basically the root domain. Okay. Sorry. When you just view in this example, like mm, okay. So in this example, just see if this website's name, or we can say domain name, it starts with HTTPS, then colon double slash, then triacme.com. Okay. So www dot is the website's it is the web basically server. Okay. And then the dot which is represented is known as the root domain. Okay.
okay.
Yeah. And when we just like so okay, one thing like the root domain are basically managed by the INA, which is known as Internet Assigned Numbers Authority. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And the top level domain, so this one. So below the root domain is the top level domains, and this is the highest level in the domain hierarchy. Okay. Um, top level domains are typically represented by three or more letters. Okay, like here you can see here three letters are there, or some more also it can carry. So this can be classified as like three to four categories. Like first one is generic top level domains. Okay, like in generic top level domains, it arises like it is not associated with like any specific region or country. Okay, so generic top level domains are not associated with specific countries or region. Okay,
Okay.
like it carries like .edu, .com, .government. So edu stands for education, com stands for commercial, uh, government, and this is the military. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. And then the second like domain category is like CCTLD, which is known as country code top level domain. So these top level domains are two-letter codes, or we can say it can carry more also, but basically they are two-letter codes that basically represent specific countries or territories. Okay, such as
Okay.
like United States or kingdoms, then Canada. So basically, this are two-letter codes. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So some are like US stands for United States, and .UK stands for uh, United Kingdom. Just a second. Okay. And then .de stands for Germany, and .jp stands for Japan. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll see the second level domains. So below the top level domains are the second level domains. So these are the second level domains, and second level domains are directly to the left of the like top level domains. So in this example, you just see this tryhackme.com. So .com is the top level domain, okay, and tryhackme is the second level domain, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So uh, like they basically form the main part of the website address, because with the help of like in this example www.tryhackme.com, if there was only www.com, will you be able to like identify the website? So therefore second level domain plays a high role in website's name, because this is only the identification of website, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and we will just move into subdomains. So subdomains are the subdivision of domains. Like they are created by adding additional labels to the left side of the second level domain. So subdomains basically allow further organization and categorization of websites, content, or services. For example, in www.example.com and mail.example.com. So here subdomains of the example.com will be mail. Okay.
Okay.
Like here, jupiter.servers.triagme.com. So jupiter.server will be the subdomain. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So like second level domain are limited to 63 characters, and only A to Z and 0 to 9 and hyphens are only allowed. Okay. And in the subdomain, there are 63 characters and only A to Z, 0 to 9, and hyphens are allowed, where the subdomain cannot start or end with the hyphens, okay? And there are 253 characters or less, okay?
Okay.
So, what is the maximum length of the subdomain? So, here we have learned that it is 63 characters long, right?
63. Okay.
Yeah. And which of the following characters cannot be used in a subdomain? In a subdomain, what cannot be used? So here we have seen like A to Z and 0 to 9 and hyphens are only used. So this is the underscore. So this will be not be used. Okay.
Okay.
And the next one is, what is the maximum length of a domain name? So maximum length of domain name is,
253.
yeah, it is 253. Okay. So what type of top level domain is .co.uk? It is country's code, right? So it will be
Yes.
CCTLD, okay?
Which one?
CCTLD, this was country code top level domain.
See. Oh, okay. Okay. Country
Yeah.
code seat.
And we'll see the record types. So, DNS utilizes various record types to store specific types of information associated with their domain names. So, like these record plays a crucial role in mapping domain names to the corresponding IP address. So some of the common record types are like first one is A record. So uh, A record is used to map a domain name to an IPv4 address. Okay, like converting domain name to IPv4 address. So there here A record works. Okay,
Okay.
and quad A record. So similar to A record only, this quad A record maps a domain name to IPv6 address. Okay.
Okay.
And then the CNAME record. So the CNAME basically stands for canonical name. So this record creates an alias or nickname for a domain or subdomain. So this basically creates a nickname. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So like it points the domain or subdomain to the canonical name. So here it is written, for example, TryHackMe's online shop has a subdomain name store.tryhackme.com, which returns a CNAME record shops like shops.shopify.com. So in this way, it directly like creates a nickname, we can say, okay.
Okay.
An MX record, which is known as mail exchange record. So this record specifies the mail servers responsible for receiving email messages, okay.
Okay.
And then TXT record. So this is known as text record. So these are used to store arbitrary text-based information about a domain. Like it can be used for various purposes such as publishing sender policy framework records, like for email authentication, verifying domain ownership. So basically, arbitrary text-based records are stored here. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So what type of record would be used to advise where to send email? Here we have learned now like MX record is mail exchange record. Like it handles all the email of for the domain.
MX.
Yeah, it will be MX. And what type of record handles IPv6 address?
The 4As.
Yeah. Then here, what happens when you make a DNS record? Okay, request. So when you make a DNS request, the first, like there are various steps. The first step is like your device checks its local DNS cache to see if it already has the IP address corresponding to requested domain name or not. Like if the user wants to like access some of the like website, okay, like it want to access the domain name. So first of all, the computer checks like in the local cache, like if it has previously looked up the same address or not, okay.
Okay.
And if it has not looked up, so the request recursive DNS server will be made to sorry, when the request is like address is not in the local cache, then a request is made to the recursive DNS server. So first of all, here the user or the computer checks in the local cache, and then when it is not a match, then it sends the request to the recursive DNS server. Okay. And then here, if the IP address is not found in the local cache, your device sends it to the DNS request for recursive DNS records, and then the this recursive DNS server, this typically provide you a network service provider, like it provides a IP address of like manually configured IP address it provides. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the recursive DNS server receives the DNS request like when the manually IP address is sent, then again it sends back the request, and then here uh, like the DNS request is returned to the recursive DNS server, then it begins the resolution process. So that it sends a query to the root or DNS server. Like recursive DNS server then sends a query to the root DNS server to find out which DNS servers are authority for the top level domain. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Then the root DNS server basically responds to the recursive DNS server with a referral to the appropriate like top level domain. So here directly it does not send the response, but root DNS server sends a referral to the appropriate top level domain. Okay.
Okay.
And then the recursive DNS server sends the query to top level domain. Okay.
Like a recursive DNS, if it doesn't find, then it sends, or like to find, it sends root DNS.
If it doesn't find them.
Okay.
Yeah. So after sending from here user it request for the domain name, then it goes to the recursive DNS server. Then it first of all checks into its local DNS like cache. Then if it is not there, recursive DNS server sends a manually IP address. Okay. Then again the request is made. Then the recursive DNS server, what it does, like it basically send it to the root DNS server, where the root DNS server sends a referral, like we can say request to the top level domain, and then here the recursive DNS server, then it sends that request to the top level domain. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Then top level domain responds to the recursive DNS server by providing information about the authoritative name server. Like it provides the information about that DNS server. Okay. And
Okay.
then the recursive DNS server sends that request to the authoritative DNS server. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Then the authoritative DNS server requests the domain name, uh, like the user which requested a domain name, right? So here the authoritative DNS server like serves for the requested domain name query which was received from the receiver DNS server. Okay.
Okay.
Like it checks into its DNS record, like it is any like domain is registered or not. And if it is not registered or it is registered, then it sends that information to the recursive DNS server.
Okay.
Like if the recursive DNS server and root DNS server do not have the information, but definitely the authoritative DNS server will have the information about that domain name. Okay. Because this is the higher authority.
Okay.
Yeah. So then it sends back that response to the recursive DNS server, and then the recursive DNS server sends that message to the user. Okay. So in this way, the DNS request works. So we will see like what field specifies. Okay. So here one more like term was there, like TTL. This is the time to live value. So time to live value is like that how much for the how much time the cache will be stored in the DNS record. Okay. So TTL basically is that. Okay.
Okay. Like, is it like disappears after some time?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Then what type of DNS server is usually provided by your ISP? So internet service provider basically provides you the recursive DNS server. Okay.
Okay.
In the first sentence, it is written that a recursive DNS server is usually provided by your ISP. Okay. Then what type of server holds all the records for a domain? So as I told you, this is the higher authority, authoritative DNS server. So it has all the information. So it will be the authoritative one. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the practical. Like it is written, what is the CNAME for shop website.thm? So we'll just write here CNAME option, and then the subdomain is shop.website.thm, right? So subdomain will be shop. Okay. Then we will just send the request. So this is the like canonical name for the shop.website.thm. Okay.
Okay. It's shop.
What? Like here we have to find the CNAME for the shop.website.thm. So this provided the canonical name shops.myshopify.com. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then what is the value of the txt record of website.thm? So now I will choose the txt type, and for the website.thm, so it is only the website.thm only it is written. So we'll just send the DNS record. So here you can see the website.thm, the text is given here. Okay.
Okay.
And then what is the numerical priority value for the MX record? For the mail exchange record, we'll just see send. So it is written 30. Okay.
Okay.
And then what is the IP address for the A record of www.website.com? So .thm. So we'll just select the A record, and the subdomain will be here. It is given www. So okay, then send the request. So the IP address is given 10.10.10. Okay. So did you understood this topic?
Yes, subdomain.
Okay, so we'll just move forward. Is there any doubt in this topic, right?
No.
Okay, so we'll just move further. So our next topic is HTTP in detail. Okay, so HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol, and HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. Okay, so S here stands for secure. So these two protocols are used for communication between a client. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So they define how the data is formatted and how it is transmitted over a network. So the work of HTTP and HTTPS is to basically provide communication with like channel between a client and server. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll just see here what is the HTTP stands for.
Hypertext protocol.
Yeah. And HTTP, what does S in the HTTP stand for?
Secure.
Okay, it is secure. And then on the web page on the right here, there is an issue. Once we have found it, click on it. What is the challenge flag? So we'll just see. So can you tell me what is the like mistake here in this website?
It's not HTTPS.
Okay, so it is not HTTPS, right? So yeah, so this is the flag. Okay, so next one is request and responses. So like our client send a request to a server and the server responds with a response, right? So basically,
Okay.
request and responses are that like clients make the request and server sends the response. So this request and response cycle forms the basic like architecture of communication between clients and servers. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So like how does the like request and response process works? Let me just tell you in brief. So like first of all, client sends a request to the like server, like I want to start a communication. Then the request is like get request, post request, and put and delete request. Okay. Then server receives the client's request and process it using its URL and HTTP method. Then server generates a response and it sends back to the client. So in this way, the request and response cycle works. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, now second one is like what is the URL? The URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. So like this is the basically we can say like look we can say this is a predominantly an instruction on how to access the resource on the internet. So this is the path basically we can say path of like URL is the path of that website. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So the image below shows what a URL looks like. So this is the URL. So here HTTP is the scheme, like what is its like protocol HTTP or HTTPS, and then user, then password. So this is the user, and this is the password, and trackme.com. These are the hosts and subdomains and domains, right? And it is the port number, and view hyphen room is the path, and ID, and this ID is equal to 1 is the query string, and hashtag uh, tag sorry task is the fragment of that website. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll just see here scheme. This instructs on what protocol do you, yeah. So as I told you, this basically tells the in what protocol the communication is going on, like HTTP, TCP, HTTPS, or FTP. Okay.
Okay.
And user, basically this is the authentication step. Like here the username and passwords are like provided to log in into that server website. Okay. And then the host part, this is the domain name or the IP address of the server which you want to access, and the port number which you want, like which port you want to connect. Okay. And then view hyphen room. So this is the basically path, or we can say location of the website. And ID is equal to one string, and fragment means like what exactly which location you want to like access. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So making a request. So it is possible to make a request to a web server with just one line, get slash http slash 1.1. So here get is the request method, like which what request you want to make. Like there are 4 or 5 types of requests, like get, post, and put and delete. Okay. So get request is to fetch some kind of information from that website. Okay. And
Okay.
post is to update or upload some information in that website. Okay. And put is also similar, and delete is to delete that information. Okay. So here the
Oh,
get is to fetch some information, and HTTP is the protocol, and 1.1 is the version of this protocol. Okay.
okay.
Yeah. So, but for a much richer web experience, you will need to send other data as well as. So the other data is sent in. Acha. So the other data are sent in the header section. Okay. Like this is the basically the information, like top level information, and the actual data is sent in the headers. Okay.
Okay.
The headers contain all the extra information. So here you can see, like this is the example. So like here you can see the request is like get request, get method, and is making to the HTTP, and the version is 1.1. Okay. And we tell that web browser we want. Okay. So here in the host, we tell which website we want to access. Okay. And here in the user agent, we tell which like a web server or web browser we want to like prefer to access that website. Okay.
Could you repeat?
Like in the user agent, we tell the web server that which web page we are referring to, like from which web browser. Okay, like Mozilla, Firefox, something like this.
Oh,
Okay,
okay. Okay. User
yeah,
name. Which
and then
browser is still?
yeah, browser. Then a referrer, like in the referrer, we just like tell that web browser which website we want to access. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. So so this is the basically the front end, and this is the back end, right? This code is the backend code of that web page. So here you can see these are the same, like this is the version and HTTP protocol, and then this tells the like software web server and the version number, and then this tells the current date and the time. Okay, and then content like this basically tells the client how long the response is. Okay, and in this content length basically acha. So in the content length basically this tells the length of the data, and here the HTML code is there. Okay, and this is the actual message. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. So now we'll see what protocol HTTP protocol is being used in the our example. So what was the HTTP protocol which was used in that our example? In this example, uh,
HTTP protocol.
yeah, HTTP protocol, and this is the version, right? So
Yes.
yeah, so this will be HTTP slash 1.1. And what response header tells the browser how much data to expect? Like how much data is being, what is the length of the like data? So what header it will be telling?
98.
Yeah, so it will be content length, right? This is the header type. Okay.
Okay.
It is asked what response header tells. So like it will be content length. Okay.
What tracer header tells? Oh, okay.
Then HTTP methods, as I told you, get, post, put, and delete. So like get a request is for like which information you are fetching, right?
Okay.
And post what you are like submitting to that or updating or uploading to that website. Okay. And put is also same as post, and delete is for deleting that information. Okay.
Post is get is some sending request, and post is actually getting the request, something like that.
Like basically get is to like asking website to like give me this information. Okay.
Okay.
And post request is to like submit the data. Like when you just write here, na, like I want this data, and like we submit that our query.
Sorry, couldn't get it.
Basically, the post request. Just a second. Yeah. So like as I told you, like this get request is to fetch some of the details. Like okay.
Okay.
And the post request basically request the web server, okay, that website to accept the data, okay, like to store some new data.
Okay. Is it like actually getting it and storing it?
Yeah, like if you want to like you just ask from the get request like what is the IP address of this website, right?
Okay.
And you got the information to the get request. And what is the post request? Like when you get the IP address, you just post something like I want to send this message to that IP address. So we use the post request.
Okay.
Yeah. And when we talk about the put request, the put request is to basically create or update that information, that message.
Okay.
And delete is to like I want to delete that message. Understood?
Okay.
Yeah. So like first question is what method would be used to create a new user account?
Mhm.
Like when you got the IP address right from this get request, then you add or just create a new message to that IP address, right? Like I want to send this message to that IP address. So here you are
Okay.
creating a message. So same way in this HTTP methods, here it is asked like in which method would you be used to create a new user account? Like this is a
Okay.
scenario it is given. Like if you want to create a new user account, which method you will use? Okay,
Okay.
yeah, it will be post. And then what method would be used to update your email address?
The put.
Yeah, put. And then what method would be used to remove a picture you have uploaded to your account?
Let's delete.
What?
Delete.
Yeah, delete. And then what method would be used to view a new article?
View new. Get.
Okay.
Get request.
Yeah. And then what are the like codes, status codes? So HTTP codes. So basically, when you request any information or something to the website, the response which it sends is known as the status code. Okay.
Okay.
So there are basically five different ranges. Like 1 to 100 is the information response. Like these are sent to the client. The first part of the request has been accepted and they should continue. Okay, when the client requests any of the like information to the website, then the website in return sends like, yeah, your request has been accepted and you can further communicate with us. Okay, so this is the 100 to 199 range is basically information response. Okay,
Okay.
and then 2000, sorry, 200 to 299 basically is the success status code, like client has successfully requested the website. Okay,
Okay.
and then the redirection, which means like if the client has been like he wants to access the info like website of TryHackD. Okay, so here the redirection basically works like that. When you visit the TryHackD platform, it will send that request to the YouTube link. Okay, so basically redirection works like that. Like it
Okay.
directs the request to another like page or something. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the 400 to 400 it is the client error. Like this is to inform that in the request there was some error. Okay,
Okay.
and in the 500 to 599 there is some error in the server side. Okay, and some of the common HTTP codes are like 200. It is for completely successful, and 201 is to create a new user or some new blog. Okay, and 301 is to permanent redirect. Okay, so if you want to sorry, if the website want to permanently redirect the client's request to some another web page, so 301 request is given. Okay,
Okay.
and for temporary redirect it is given 302. And then for the bad request, like something was wrong in their request is known as bad request. Okay, so client server tells the client that something you have wrongly like made the request. So the 400 request is that. Okay,
Okay.
and the 401 is basically now the client are not being currently allowed to access that resource. Okay, like not authorized user. Okay,
Okay.
and the forbidden, which means like uh, the client is being forbidden to view that page. Okay, because here you can see when you don't log in into the website of the TrackB, it doesn't allow you to like read the content of the rooms, right? Like where you have to log in to access the contents, right? The resource.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, so 403 is basically like forbidden. Like if you were not logged in or something, so basically 403 is given, and then 405 like method is not allowed, so that the if you want to like you send a get request to the website and it was expecting for like a post or some delete request, so like this method is not allowed in this website is basically taught by sorry, yeah, sent by the 405 request. Okay, and then if the client which is want to access some particular website, and if that website is not found, then the 400 and 404 is sent. Okay,
Okay.
and then 500, which means the server error is there, some internal service error is there. Okay, and 503 then, which means that server cannot handle this request right now. Okay, because it is overloaded or something. Okay,
Okay.
so these are the most common requests. So here in the first point is given what response code might you receive if you want to create a new user or blog post article. Hello.
Oh, yeah. What response?
Like if you want to
I
create
think
a new
200.
uh, 200 was for successfully the request has been sent to the server, but 201 is to create some new user or something. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So the next one is, what response code might you receive if you have tried to access a page that doesn't exist? So when the page is not found, which request will be sent?
404.
Okay. And what response code might you receive if the web server cannot access the database and the application crashes? Let's say,
503.
um,
Service
let's
unavailable.
see. Yeah. And then what response code might you receive if you try to edit your profile without logging in first? Like without logged in, the 403 is forbidden, right?
Okay.
Uh, just a second. Huh? What
I
response
think
code might you receive if you try to edit your profile without logging in first? I think it will be bad request, right? Or
battery.
401, I think.
401.
Yeah, 401. Yeah, okay. So now what are the headers of HTTP or okay, yeah.
Okay.
So like HTTP headers are components of the HTTP request or the response, which are like uh, provided when the request and response are made. So basically they consist the key value pairs and basically they convey various instructions. Okay. So headers basically convey like they carry extra information. So some of the like requests are like host, user agent, content length, accept coding, cookie. Okay. So host basically this specifies the target host or the domain name of the server being accessed. Okay. Target host or the domain name. Okay.
Okay.
And the user agent, this identifies the client making the request, typically the web browser or user agent software. So user agent basically like identifies the browser and some elements. Okay.
Okay.
And then the content length, this specifies the media type of the data, like which are being requested, like they are like the length of the basically the data or something. Okay.
Okay.
And then the accept coding. So like this tells the web server what type of compression method is done, like what type of encryption method is provided. Okay.
Okay.
And then the cookie. So this includes a cookie which were previously sent by the server. So basically, this helps to remind the information. If you, first of all, for the first time when you visit the TryHackMe website, then the like internet will store some cookie into its browser, right? So
Okay.
that you do not have to log in again and again. Okay. So it stores some kind of information in its like cookie storage. Okay.
Okay.
And some common response header are like set cookie. So this sets a cookie on the client's browser, allowing stateful sessions to be maintained. So here, this sets the cookie in the client's a browser. Okay. So as I told you, when you visit for the first time the TrackMe website, so it will set a cookie in its storage. Okay.
Okay.
Then cache control. So this informs the client and intermediate caches about caching behavior for the response, like how long time it have to store that response. Okay.
The cookie.
What?
How long the cookie can be stored?
Yeah, yeah. And then the content type. So like this tells the client what type of data is being returned. That is HTML, CSS, JavaScript, images, or what type of like data is being returned. Okay.
Okay.
And then content encoding, like which method is used to compress that that information or data. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so what header tells the web server what browsing is being used? Sorry, what browser is being used? Like which basically gives the detail about the browser, which
User agent.
yeah, it will be user agent. Okay. Then what header tells the browser what type of data is being returned?
Uh, content type.
Okay. Uh, it is written like it will be it is asked for it has been asked for the type of the data. It has not asked about the length of the data, right?
Okay.
So it will be content type. Okay.
Okay.
And then uh, what header tells the web server which website is being requested? Server, like host tells, right? Like the specific target or the domain.
Okay.
Yeah, so it will be
Post.
host. Then the next one is cookies. So you have probably heard, okay, we learned about the cookies, right? Like it basically stores some kind of information in its storage, right?
Okay.
So we'll just directly move into our first question, like which header is used to save cookies to your computer? So we learned here like which what's the question? Um, which header is used to save cookies to your computer? So I think it will be cookie cache control or something. Set cookie. Let's try this. Set cookie. Um, yeah. So we have learned here right now. Yeah, like what is the information? What information basically it stores is done by the set cookie, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So the question was that only. Like which header is used to save cookies to your computer? Okay.
Okay.
Then making a request. You will see this. Click the view button. Okay. Okay. So this is to get your HTTP request method. Get and this is the basically the URL here. Okay.
Okay.
And here you have to when you want to update your get and post parameter, then you have to just click here. Okay. And if you want to send your request, you will just click in this go button. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So now we will just see. Okay. When you want, like this is the get request. Okay. So we want to get HTTP 1.1 and the host is trackme.com and the user agent is Mozilla Firefox. Okay. Okay. So we'll just check here is will it work or not. But the first question is like make a get request to slash room. Okay. So we have to make a get request to the room section, right?
Okay.
So what we will do, like we have to add this slash room into the get parameter, right? So we'll just write here. Uh, okay. Let's just see. Okay, but the flag is not given. We have to do something. I think parameter will be 0. Let's see. We'll just delete this one. We have to remove this one parameter from here.
Which one?
This parameter we have to remove this. We have to set this room like a slash room here in after the get request.
So like get then room.
Yeah, from in here we can change. Okay, like from this URL we can change. Okay,
Okay.
like it was earlier this. Okay, like this was the URL. So to make a get request to room like room section of that website. So what we will do? We are currently inside the triacademy.com, and if you want to enter inside the room, so we have learned in the Linux in the previous session, right? When in the kernel Linux, we were like, if we want to move inside a new directory, we were writing cd slash something, right?
Okay.
So here in the graphical user also, we do this same as with the help of this URL type, okay?
Okay.
So now we just write here room and then go. So here you can see we got the flag, okay?
Okay.
Okay. And then make a get request to slash blog and use the gear icon, set the parameter to 1 in the URL field. So here it is written like we have to make a get request to slash blog. So again, we'll change it to blog, and then we have to make use of the gear icon, and then we have to set the ID parameter to 1. So here we have to write 1. Okay.
Okay.
Parameter,
Which parameter? ID?
I think URL or something. Acha, parameter is missing, right? We have not set the parameter right now. So, acha, it is asked to set the parameter ID 1. Okay. Acha, set the ID parameter. It is written ID parameter. Okay. So, what we will do, I will just write here 1 and then ID something. Yeah. Here you can see a parameter has been like set the ID, the parameter is 1. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And we should check. Again, it is saying parameter is missing. Acha, we have made a mistake. Okay, let me just tell you. Like, we have to set ID parameter. So parameter will be ID and the value will be 1. Okay. So this
ID.
is the, yeah, here it is written like the parameter is ID. Okay. So parameter will be ID and the value is 1. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So this was the mistake we were doing. So the flag is this. Okay. Are you
Oh,
understanding?
oh, I see.
Yeah. The mistake was like, but during setting the parameter, we were setting parameter as 1 and the value was like ID. But instead of doing that, we should have done like parameter is ID and value is 1. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And the next one is make a delete request to user 1. Okay. So we have to make a delete request and instead of blog, we have to write here user and then /1. Okay.
Okay.
Then let's see. Yeah. So this is the flag we got. Okay. And then make a put request to user /2 with the username parameter set to admin. Okay. So now we'll just make it put and user is 2 and we have to set the parameter also. So the here the username will be with the username and parameter set to admin. Let's see if we can do in like this. We have to set a username something. Okay. Like let's just write here admin username and then write the password also admin. Let's see. Okay. Here you can see a new parameter has been added username admin password admin. Okay.
Okay.
Go. Yeah. So here you can see this is the flag and then we have to make a post the username of THM and a password of let me in to login. So we have to now change the username and password, right? So now we will just write here in the
The first one
username.
we have to do both the like username and password.
Yeah, it is asked like username you have to set THM and password let me in.
Okay.
Okay. But we have to post it to the login. Okay. So we will just change it like we have to post it to login. Login. Okay. And
Okay.
then we have to set the username and password. We'll just delete this one. User name. So username is THM and then the password is let me in. Okay. Let me in. Okay. Let's see now. Oh, yeah. So here you can see you are logged in back. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
I
in this
see.
way, and change. So these day you can just change the request from this URL. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So now we will move forward. Now we'll see how the website works. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So so here it is written like by the end of this room, you will know how websites are created and will be introduced to some basic security issues. So when you visit a website, your browser like Safari or Google Chrome makes a request to a web server asking for the information about the page you are visiting. Okay. So it will respond with data that your browser uses to show your page. A web server is just a dedicated computer system where else in the world that handles your request. Okay. Like
Okay.
the user when request a browser. So here the internet requests the browser to the server and then server responds it. Okay. So there are two major components that make a website, like front end and back end. So front end is the client side and back end is the server side. So
Okay.
like front end is the way your browser renders a website, like how the browser like reflects the websites. Okay, and the back end,
Okay.
a server that processes your request and returns the response. Okay, so there are many other processes involved in your browser making a request to a server. But for now, you just need to understand that you make a request to a server and then it responds with data your browser uses to render information to you. So here it is written, what term best describes the component of a web application rendered by a browser?
Okay.
So what will be the answer? Like like which what is the way your browser renders a website? Okay, like by which component the website like the browser renders a website, like how it reflects. So there were two components, right? Front end and back end. So the thing you are seeing right now in the window is the front end because how your
Front end.
browser is showing you the
Oh,
website.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So yeah. So it is with the front end. And if we talk about the back end, so this is the server side, right? This
Okay.
is the server, like in the server side, the website looks something like this, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So this will be front end. Okay. So the first one is HTML. So HTML is the hypertext markup language. This language is basically these are the building blocks of the HTML pages, right? So like websites are basically built by the HTML language routine.
Okay.
Like yeah, and the HTML tells the browser how to display the content. So the first
Mhm.
snippet below shows a simple HTML document, the structure of which is the same for every website. So here, first one is block type HTML. This basically defines the page, like HTML 5 document. So this helps with standardization across different browsers and tell the browsers to use HTML5 to interpret the page. Like which HTML the website or the browser should use to view the document or view the website. Okay.
Okay.
And the first one is HTML. So this is the root element of the HTML page. Okay. And then the head. So this basically contains the information about the page, such as the title page. Okay. Head contains the title and body contains the content of that website. Okay.
Okay.
And H1 is the like there are six header yeah sizes. Like H1 is the highest one, then H2 is lower than H1. So there are H6 till H6. Okay. So H1 like it displays the larger heading. Okay.
Okay.
And then this P, this element defines a paragraph. So here you can just write your content, okay? And then there are many other elements, okay, like button and image list and much more. So tags can contain attributes such as the class attribute, which can be used to style an element. Like P class is to bold text or the source. Okay, so P is to write, as I told you, here you can just write the content of that in website, right? And source SRC is to source, like the location. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. So here you can see image source. So we are like image is for the image element, like which element you are adding. So image is for image element, and source is for like what is the source, what is the location of that image in that website. Okay, so this is the location.
Okay.
Like image is in the image folder. There is a cat.jpg. So in this way, this image source works. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So elements can also have an ID attribute like PID is equal to example, which is a unique to the element. Unlike the class attribute, where multiple elements can use the same class. So yeah, basically this it provides a unique name to that element. Like example is given ID. Okay. So yeah, in HTML coding, like multiple elements can use the same class. Okay. So to uniquely identify that class, we provide the ID element. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can view the HTML of any website by right clicking and selecting view source page, and you can just view the HTML page. Okay. So now we will just come to the answer of your question. So let's play with some HTML on the right hand side. You should see a box that renders HTML. If you enter some HTML into the box and click the read green render HTML code button, it will render your HTML on the page. You could see some cats. Okay, we'll just view. So this is the image of the cat, right? With this code. So first one is one of the image on the cat website is broken. Fix it, and image will reveal the hidden text answer. So it is asking like what image is broken, and we have to fix it so that it can give us the hidden text answer. Okay. So what we have to do is here you can see here in the first source of this image, the image source image slash cat hyphen one dot jpg is given. But in the second picture, there is no like format of that image, right?
Okay.
So we'll just write here jpg. Let's see if this works. We have to render this HTML code. So here is the HTML code, right? Sorry, photo. So the answer for this question is HTML hero. Okay.
Oh, okay. So the JPG
So
is missing.
yeah, here the JPG was missing. Then the question was asked like the website second picture, it is broken. So we have to fix it. So we can get the hidden text. So here JPG was missing. So that's why the photo was not revealing. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Now add a dog image to the page by adding another image tag on line 11. And then the dog image location is image dog hyphen one dot png. So we have to add another image tag, right? So we will
Okay.
just clear this and we have to add a image tag. So image and then the location is given this. Okay. So we will just write here source is equal to then the location of the image. So image slash dog hyphen one dot png. Okay. So let's see whether it displays the image or not. Yeah. So here you can see that third image has been displayed, right? So this is the like code for displaying any image or we can say anything in the HTML website. Okay.
Okay.
So the text was dog HTML. Okay. Dog HTML. Okay, great. So now next one is JavaScript. Okay.
Okay.
So like JavaScript basically this is the one of the most popular coding languages in the world and allows pages to become interactive. HTML is used to create the website structure and content, and JavaScript is used to control the functionality of web pages. Okay, without
Okay.
JavaScript, a page would not have interactive elements and would always be static. So you can see like here when you hover above the view side button, it changes its color, right? Like it is of first of all it is of light color, light green, and when you just hover there, it turns in the dark green color, right? So this is because of the JavaScript. Okay,
Yeah.
so JavaScript can dynamically update the page in real time, giving functionality to change the style of a button when a particular event on the page occurs, or to display moving animations. Okay, so in real time it allows us to change make any changes in the website. Okay, so JavaScript the script is added within the page source code and can be either loaded with script tag or can be included remotely with the source attribute. So with the help of the script tag, you can just enable the JavaScript. Okay. The following JavaScript code finds the HTML element on the page where the ID of demo and changes the element's content to hack the planet. So here, the ID of this page is has been changed by demo, and the content of the inner HTML is given changed by hack the planet. Okay, so in this way we can just make the real time changes in this any of the website with the JavaScript. Okay,
Could you repeat?
yeah. So we can. I was telling that like that if there was this is the code given, right? Document dot get element by ID demo dot inner HTML is equal to hack the planet. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you with the help of JavaScript, if you want to make some changes in this code, how you can just make the changes. So this is the uh, just a second, wait. Okay, so here it is written like this was I think the command. Okay, so what it has done that with the help of JavaScript, we can make the changes in the real time pages. So we have changed the element on the page with ID. We have changed the ID to demo. It was written here ID. Okay, first of all, and we had made the changes and written the demo. And in the content of the inner HTML, like in the content, we have written the hack the planet. So if we pass this whole command, it must change according to our new made changes. Okay.
So it's changed from something. No, I didn't
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah. It was something like for example, it was written instead of demo, it was written hello, and instead of hack the
Okay.
planet, it was written world. So we have made the changes and we made the demo and the hack the planet. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And if you want to, as I told you, here the hover button, like when you hover, it changes the color. Okay. So if you want to add some on click or on hover like button, okay. So we make use of the on click and on hover JavaScript scripts. Okay.
Okay.
These are the like scripts. The following code changes the text of the elements with the demo ID to button click. So this was some of the it was the simply it was like simpler demo was static. Okay, with this command. But if you want to add some button to this demo and hack the planet, you will use this command. Like button command is used to create button in that text. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so with the help of button command, we'll create a button and we have to create with the help of on click, which means like when we click, like, yeah, when we click into some of the text here, okay, like we, with the help of on click, we are creating a feature of clicking, okay,
Okay.
yeah, and this is the document, this is the, this was the command earlier, and inner HTML button click. So when you there it will be after in the inner HTML, we again change the following code by button click. Okay. And
Okay.
and when we in the button click, it will be sorry uh, like above the button, it would have it will be written click me. Okay. Like if for example, if this is the button, okay, like it is written view site. So in this example, in place of view site, it would have been written click me. Okay. So this is the
Okay.
basic work of this command. So with the help of button, this button command, we create a button, and with the help of on click, we add a feature to click this button, and with the help of this click me button feature, this is the content which will be written above the button. Okay.
Okay.
Is there any doubt in this command?
No.
Okay. So now we will just answer the question like so click the view side button on the stars on the right hand side, add the JavaScript that changes the demo elements content to hack the planet. So we have to change this command to hack the planet. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So the command is dev id demo. Okay. Then dev. Then script type is given text, then JavaScript. Then here we have to add our JavaScript. Okay. Here. So we'll just remove this and we'll just follow this above command. Okay.
Okay.
Like document dot get element by id. Then we'll just write the same command demo, and then bracket closed. Then inner HTML is equal to, we will just write here hack the planet. Okay. Okay. Great. So now we'll just render this. So here you can see, congratulations. The answer to the question is JS fun. So what the question was, right? Like we have to make some JavaScript changes to change the demo elements content to hack the planet. Here it was earlier written hi there, right?
Okay.
Yeah, but like here it for the first ID is given demo and the content is hi there. But we have to change this hi there to hack the planet. So now what we do,
Like
like
changing it.
yeah, we are now changing the ID demo to hack the planet. First of all, the ID demo was carrying hi there content, but now we are changing this ID demo to hack the planet. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Now, in the second question, add the button HTML from this task that changes the elements text to button. Click on the editor on the right, update the code by clicking the render. Okay. So we have to just we have to add the same button. Sorry, same command. Okay. Now we are adding a button to this command. Sorry, command no text. Okay, like click me. Okay. There was an error. Is it correct? Hmm. How was it earlier? Let me check first of all. Okay, then let me add here. No changes are made. Okay. Add the button HTML from this task that changes the elements text to button. Click on the editor on the right. Update the code by clicking the render HTML and then click the button. Nothing is changed, but let's just see the hint. Like put the following on HTML editor between 7 and 8. Yeah, it is same only. Click document get element ID dot in HTML. Yeah, but it is not changing. I don't know why. The command is same, but I don't know why it is not changing. Okay, I will tell you this in the next class. Okay, this answer.
Okay.
I will just see once what is the mistake we are making. Okay, so we'll just move into the sensitive data exposure. Okay, so sensitive data exposure is when a website doesn't properly protect or remove sensitive clear text information to the end user, usually found in the front end source code of sites. Okay, so we know that websites are built using many HTML elements, and all of these, which we can see simply by viewing the page source. A website developer may have forgotten to remove login credentials, hidden links to private parts of the websites or other sensitive data. Okay, so sensitive information can be potentially leveraged to further. Okay, with the help of HTML, we can view the sensitive information also. Okay,
Okay.
like passwords and usernames can be also viewed with the help of HTML because HTML is not that much secure. Okay.
Okay.
So sensitive information can be potentially leveraged to further and attackers access within different parts of an web application. For example, there could be HTML comments with temporary login credentials, and if you viewed the page source code and found this, you could use these credentials to log in elsewhere on applications or worse. Like so, like with the help of this page source, if you view the credentials of some of the user, you can easily like log in into their site or account, right?
Okay.
So whenever you are accessing a website, the application for security issues, one of the first thing you should do is review the page source code to see if you can find any exposed login credentials or hidden links. Okay, so you have visit the website on this task. What is the password hidden in the source code? So let's see what is the password hidden in the source code. So I will just view its page source. Okay. So this is the page source. Okay.
Okay.
So we have to search whether there is a username or password or not. It is giving us of the trahacme. We don't want the trahacme. Like a test and password also test. Let me just check it. Acha, we have to change. Okay, the mistake was like that. I was searching the page. I was viewing the page source. So with the help of page source, this is giving the HTML code of this trahacme page. Okay,
Okay.
so we have to get the frame source of this frame. Okay, like this part.
Okay.
So here you can see the credentials are like username is admin and password is test password. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So in this way you can just view someone's like when you just see here like when I was doing the view page source also like viewing the trahacme page, you must have seen here it was giving the username also like username right constant username. So in this way you can just get you have to first of all check whether the website is displaying the username and password or not. Okay. So here the password was test password. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So last one also will just complete HTML injection. So here HTML injection is the vulnerability that occurs when unfiltered user input is displayed on the page. Okay, like when if a website fails to sanitize user input, and that input is used on that page, an attacker inject HTML code. So as I told you, with the HTML injection, like here with the inspect page, when you just view any website's inspect page, you can uh, like change it according to your preference. Okay, like with the help of this edit as HTML option, you can edit it according to your like even you can delete or something. Okay,
Okay.
HTML injection is basically that only. So like input sanitization is very important in keeping a website secure, as information user inputs into a website is often used in other front-end and back-end functionality. Like when the user inputs any of the information like username and password, they are stored in the database, right? So vulnerability you will explore in another lab is database injection. So when the password and username of any user is stored in the front-end and back-end, it is stored in the database of that website. Okay. So and next vulnerability is that which is known as database injection, where the database is injected with some of the HTML scripts, and with the help of that, you can just visit the sorry, view the another user credentials also. Okay.
Okay.
So when a user has control of how their input is displayed, they can submit HTML or JavaScript code, and the browser will use it on the page, allowing the user to control the page appearance and functionality. So, like here, this was the actual page, right? So, and when you view the inspect page here, in the name section, it was converted into welcome Fred blocks. So here the Fred blocks was written. Okay,
Okay.
like we are changing the input. Okay,
Okay.
this is converting to this. Yeah. So we'll just uh do the question like practical also. Like let's see. Now you have to view the website on this task and inject HTML so that the malicious link to httphacker.com is shown. Okay. So what we will do, like there is a like HTML injection code. Okay. Like this is the command I will tell you just like it is this is the link given, right? http colon hacker.com. So we have to view the like content of this link. Okay, like we have to inject some like scripts, and we have to view the content of this website. Okay, so let's see if we can change it from here. No, we cannot change. Okay, so from the this what's your name section, we have to change. So there is a script which is pre-made. Okay, so the script is HRF. So HRF basically, this is the anchor tag, okay? And HRF is basically to provide any link, okay?
Okay.
HRF element is to provide any link. So HRF, then the name of the link, so httphacker.com. I'll just copy this. Okay, this is the uh, link, and I will just close this. And we have to just like this is the we have to view malicious to this link, okay? So the content is malicious, okay?
Okay.
Wait, just a second. Malicious link. Acha, this is the malicious link. So first of all, this is the website, and I will just close this anchor tag, okay, which was open, okay? So here I will just close this. Okay.
Okay.
Then I will just say hi. So here you can see, congratulations, the answer is HTML injection. So this is a this is already made script of HTML injection. Like sorry, this is the this is for anchor tag, and href for the uh, any link. Okay. So here what was
Okay.
asked, this is the vulnerable site.com, but it is asked like you have to view the like content of the http hacker.com.
Yeah.
Okay. So here with the help of href tag, we have forwarded this vulnerable site.com to this http hacker.com. Okay.
Okay. I see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So this was the logic. Okay. Okay. Great. That's it for this class. I think we have learned too much today.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just the next topic is our putting it all together. Okay, from here we will
Okay.
learn together tomorrow.
Okay.
So, is there any doubt in these three topics right now we learn?
No, I got it properly.
Okay, so we will catch up tomorrow then.
Okay, sure, no problem. Thank
Okay,
you.
okay. Thank you.